Algebra 1. This is part 3 of our 11.4 Graphing Solutions of Linear Equations series. Today we're going to be looking down at section 2, or example 2, and looking at indeterminate equations. So on our example, if we have the given equations x plus y equals 7 and 2x plus 2y equals 14, what happens if we try to eliminate either x or y? So if we look at this equation, we can automatically see that for 2x plus 2y equals 14, we could divide both sides by 2. Which would then make it x plus y equals 7, which is the same equation that we had for the first one. So we can already tell straight off the bat by looking at it, it's the same equation. It's obviously going to be only one line. So, but we're also wanting to eliminate one of them. So now that we know that it's the same one, if we wanted to pull y out, well, then we're just going to subtract x from both sides. And we're going to equals y equals 7 minus x. So if y equals 7 minus x for both equations, then the relative position of the points are going to be the same no matter what points we plug in for either equation. They're both going to come out to this. Whatever we plug in for x is going to be the same for y, for both of them. So any number is going to satisfy both equations, basically. This makes them indeterminate, meaning they are satisfied by an unlimited number of pairs of values for their unknown numbers. So as we can see here on our graph, we can see they're going to be the same line. So today's equations are going to be really simple and straightforward because of that. Most of them are going to end up being indeterminate. I think you have 2 in your homework that won't be indeterminate, but they're going to be just like what you've done the past 2 days. So now if we go over and let's do question 5 together. So for question 5, we have 3x equals y plus 9 and 2y equals 6x minus 18. So we've already pulled out one from each. And now looking at them, which one do you think is going to be easier to try to simplify down to see whether they're the same equation or not? The 2y equals 6x minus 18, because they have even numbers across the board. Whereas this one, because it's missing something by y, makes it a little bit harder to work with. So if we go over here and we divide both sides by 2, then we're going to end up with y equals 3x minus 9. But then this side has 3x on its own. So we could simply, the easiest way to do it is to add 9 to both sides, because that's going to free up that side, isn't it? So add 9, and we end up with y plus 9 equals 3x. So we can tell these are the same equations, they are the same ones. So now we do want to plot it on our graph, and because we have to show it on our graph. But for this, you could literally plug in any equations you want. So let's just do 3 and see what happens. So y plus 9 equals 3 times 3. So y plus 9 equals, and 3 times 3 is 9. So that means y has to equal 0, because 0 plus 9 equals 9. So there's our first point on the graph. Now, for equations like this, it might actually be easier to try to figure out what number to plug in for y and figure out x from there, since how we have x on its own, but y is being added to 9. So let's say y plus 6. Or y is 6. So 6 plus 9 is going to equal 15. So now what times 3 is going to equal 15? 5. That one's pretty easy to figure out. So we have 5 and 6 on our graph. And let's do one more. Let's do -3. So -3 plus 9 is going to equal what? We're going to equal 6. So now 3 times what is going to equal 6? 3 times 2. So that means x is going to be 2. So now that we have 3 dots, we can very easily connect our dots and see what our line looks like. So we do indeed have a straight line that does equal both equations. So when we're labeling this, we need to put both equations on here. So we need to put 3x equals y plus 9, as well as putting 2y equals 6x minus 18. Alright? So like I said, today's lesson is very easy. This is what you're doing for most of it, is you're going to figure out whether they're indeterminate by being the same equation, basically, and then you're going to solve it and graph it. It shouldn't take you that long. For classwork today, you have questions 5 and 14, and for homework, you have 7, 8, and 21. Pretty easy and straightforward. So, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe to see more of this math content. And thank you.